Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 15th. It is 10:03 a.m. And we're here for Breakfast with Bloomy with my co-host.
Good morning, guys.
Morning. And,
Happy Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday today. We have a new change of view today with you. Nice. We got a different part of the house.
I had to get out of the bedroom. It's just sitting in that position sucks.
And I see someone jogging. Let's bring him in.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
We need to see that.
I didn't see that coming.
Can you please have your wife take a picture of you in the dog cage this morning so I could get you an intro?
Sure.
And we have someone else joining us.
You have a graphic for me. Can you play the graphic again?
Who's there?
One of our partners just walked in. I want to show him the graphic. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey.
How we doing?
He just stopped by here. We're going over some projects. I'll tune in a minute. I just want to let you know, guys, I'm alive.
All right.
Good to know. Thank goodness.
Thank God. He's alive.
Woo.
Well, oh, wait. I have a picture of Moss from yesterday.
What is wrong with me?
What's wrong with you?
Look at this. What is
You
this?
look a little nuts. Yeah.
Yeah,
you look a little nuts.
Yeah, what is going on there? You know what? That's what you get because yesterday Christina said you have the best hair in the group, and that's
I know. I look like hell.
got the best hair now.
Audrey,
No.
I look like hell. Audrey.
Well, I'm pulling up this picture from yesterday. So, Christina, we were super excited yesterday. Moss got off the After Dark show because he says he was going to watch Tiger King because I finally convinced Desiree to watch.
Mhm.
We were super excited. About 3 minutes later, I got a Facebook message from Desiree. He didn't make it 3 minutes.
That's awesome.
But we're going to go back to he's tired from stocking the shelves at Montalbano.
Yeah, he's got to give it another shot.
Hopefully he does. I got to find out.
He's not gonna like it. Moss is gonna actually be one of those people that probably fucking hates it.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's like not one of those shows that's like he could relate at all to.
How about you started McDaniels yesterday, right?
I'm in a
What?
terrorist cell today. Dude, what a show.
Is it good?
What show?
McMillions?
Hmm.
It's about the guy who what's the word I'm looking for? Scam the Monopoly game. He would steal the pieces.
Oh, I heard about that.
So good.
Is it?
It slows down a little bit, and I understand why they did what they did. It's very cool. It's not cool because it sucks if you were involved in it. It's very cool to find out what was going on and how it was happening and all the different parts. But then it takes deeper dives into the individuals that were involved and their stories and almost why they chose the crooked path. Because it's this ginormous web of people that wind up being involved, and who's given the winning piece to who, and like hooking people up, and people destroying people's lives. Like one person, they really dive deep, and it's like, ugh, you're drawing this out. And like I think I'm at the last episode now. I binged it last night.
4 episodes or more?
No, it's more.
So you watched that many?
Yeah. I mean, that's all we were doing last night.
Do you watch Ozark?
No, but that's next, and then Unorthodox is next. Oh, what's the name of the other one I gotta watch?
One of Us.
Shit, that's what
I finished Ozark yesterday, the new season, and it ending amazing. But it ending like you're like, okay, when's season 4 come out? Is season 4 coming out? Is it coming out? Like it sucks.
Really?
Yeah, they left it on like a major cliffhanger, like so with a couple of different aspects. So it was the season 3 was excellent, like probably one of the best seasons.
Really?
You watched the show or no?
I watched up into like a couple episodes of the second season.
2, right? You said that yesterday. You should finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like love it right now. Like it's hard to sit through so many episodes that it's just like I'm not enjoying what I'm watching. It's very like dark and just like gray and like boring, and I don't know. I don't see what's the hype in the second season at all, but that's all right.
Wait till Gotham After Dark when I tap on my mic the whole time.
Who's tapping their mic?
Who is that? You don't hear that?
I do.
I don't hear anything, but I'm literally typing.
It's her.
That's what it is.
What is she doing?
You watched me. I wasn't doing anything except
Is your dog's tail hitting?
posting for us on Instagram.
Is your dog's tail hitting the computer? And now it's gone.
Did maybe the fan kicked on underneath the computer and I can't hear it because I have headphones in?
Moss, are you ready?
Is that him or no?
No, he's muted. You
Oh,
can't
he's
hear.
muted. Oh.
Back in. What? Hold on.
What's up, Facebook?
What's that?
That's me watching Tiger King.
Yeah, 2 minutes into it doesn't count.
Sucks.
2 minutes in. How did you fall asleep that quick?
So I'm going to tell you the truth. This sitting around and doing nothing all friggin' day is very tiring.
I know.
It's like I have no purpose. I'm opening up so I can share.
You know, I also started watching. I think it's Netflix. On the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah, all that bombing stuff aggravates me.
Yeah, I started watching that. I'm not finished yet, but just getting inside that. I don't want to take a deep dive into the Unabomber. I sound very dark today. I'm sorry.
You do. You're researching all bombers.
So I got some negative reviews that our shows are starting to get stale.
Who said that?
A couple of friends of mine said, you guys are running out of good content, good material. So we're going to really need to step it up.
Who can we prank?
What?
Who could we prank? Because that was pretty funny.
Todd, you agree or disagree?
I agree. I think it's time we get a little bit more structured, and kind of take a page out of the Anthony Rapp JMT book and come in hot with all these guests that Christina's getting.
Yeah, so
we do the promotional material
coming. So today is kind of we don't really have guests. What? Go ahead.
I think we just, and no disrespect to people that want to be guests on our show, but we need good guests. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the guests that we had have been great, but we're starting. It's kind of the same talk, and not that we understand we're dealing with the corona, but I mean, I think this show is something we want to try and disconnect from reality a little bit. How you doing? What do you do for a living? I mean, we want to touch on maybe how your business is being affected. Are you operational? You're not operational. But the doom and gloom or whatever, the doom and gloom or whatever it's called, I think it's good. You agree?
I don't think the dog agrees. He sounds upset.
Yeah.
Dog is out.
Whose dog? Is that yours?
Not mine.
Whose dog?
Mine. Fury. Fury, come here, boy.
Swag, Technique swag, Gotham swag. I got nothing.
Oh, look at that hoodie.
Yeah, you like that, right?
Wow.
I got plenty of swag.
I dig that. You know what? I like the Techie Geek logo, by the way.
Techie Geek logo is pretty clean.
I'm not kissing ass. I'm not just saying it. I like the Techie Geek logo.
The old
It's
logo
simple and it's clean and it's not too much to look at and there's no backgrounds, and that's what ruins logos. People go make logos into graphics. It's not what a logo is. It's identifiable.
Do you want to rip all my logos, Chris? We could talk about making fun of the partners.
No.
Partisan sound to me is just an old school logo from the 90s.
Yeah, if you want a criticism, sure, but I mean, you're going to take it to heart. Of course, I'm going to have an opinion.
I'm not going to take it to heart because
let's make that an episode. I rip on everyone's logo.
This was our old logo and it sucked.
It didn't suck. It's just that.
It's a little. It's not crisp. It's not sharp.
It looks like Fecky Geek.
Right. Well, everyone used to call me Lecky Geek.
So let's rip on the partners logo. I'm always up. So Chris, from your marketing brand, what do you see here?
I see it. All right, go Christina, then I'll go because I'll tell you exactly what I see.
I mean, I just see it's hard because you have a long business name, and PISP is not identifiable enough for people to know it's Partners in Sound Productions. So you have to do Partners in Sound Productions. It's not bad. I hate the R. It's unnecessary on a logo.
The register.
Unfortunately, we are a franchise, and we were told by our franchisee attorneys that we need to have it there. Again, from legal. So,
why? In case someone tracks your name and tries to use it elsewhere?
I'm not an attorney. I wanted to be an attorney, but after 5 years of high school, I realized school wasn't my thing. So, I gave up. But they said that we have to put the R in our logo. I don't know why, but it's just something that the attorneys made us do. Because I agree with you. It's just another, But let me explain to you. Oh, so Mike, you go.
All right. So you've been in business a long time, and as long as you're not going to take offense to this, I'll tell you what I see. What I see here is a 1990 website button. I am imagining hovering over it and it changing color. Like for me to click on it. And I think now is a great time we talk about it. Redo your logo and make it something crazy and fun that really shows what you are. This is a great logo and you've had it for how many years, but it's okay to change your logo and rebrand.
Yeah. And you don't have to even necessarily like revamp the whole logo. Just maybe get rid of that border around it and the weird background and just make it the PISP, like Partners in Sound Productions. All you need is like the wording. You just need the name of the business. The rest of it is just branding. It's just for a website, for a social media post like that, or a t-shirt, but that shouldn't be your logo. That should be like what Mike said, what you use as a button. This way it's a cool little button. You added that extra little jazz to it, but that's not necessarily like a logo. That's not Coca-Cola. That's not, like CVS. That's not something that the logo should just be the name of the business or the image of the business.
So it's funny. There's a lot that Todd, do you have anything you want to dive into this?
I couldn't agree more. I feel like I'm looking at the Chevy logo with the border thing on the outside. It looks like a stamp of some sort. But to me, it's just it's nostalgia because again, I remember the company in the 90s and 2000s. But to me, that's just an old school logo, and everything Christina said was spot on. Lose the border and simple it down, and just give me the Partners in Sound Productions and lose the waveform because I don't think.
All right.
Yeah, even lose the waveform, exactly.
So let me tell you the evolution of the logo. So this logo came into the late 90s, early 2000s when we rebranded the company name after our 10-year anniversary. The PISP, Desiree almost got thrown out of St. John's because Desiree, before she was a teacher, was in marketing. And she had to do a thesis on a local business. So she did it on Partners in Sound, and her professor
Why?
said that this was a joke of a business.
So, oh wow!
So
really?
So I went to St. John's. I said, tell your professor I want to talk to him. And I went to the professor, and I sat down with him, and I actually said to him, so since I'm a joke of a business, I'll buy and sell you 3 times over. Tell me what's so wrong about my business. Tell me. And when we started getting into it, he said one of the things he always said to me is that this PISP jumps at him as piss.
Huh.
And he goes, Chris, from a branding and marketing perspective, it just piss. I think of Partners in Sound, I think of peeing.
I think Todd's peeing right now.
Yeah, what is that? Mute Todd.
What we did was we added the sound waves behind it. And we just kind of went with this clean look. But I think for our 30th anniversary, I'm okay. And I'm just going to jump to some other logos that we have here. For my 30th anniversary, maybe we should, engage in.
So the whole thing now is everything's supposed to be simple.
So
that logo is great. Like
I love that logo.
So Chris, this logo. I have to give credit where credit's due. I don't speak to him anymore. It was designed by Chris Nips. And it was a lot of things that were important to put into this logo. So can you guys, there was a lot of, like you look at FedEx, you have the arrow, Amazon, A to Z.
Yeah.
Can you pick up the things in this logo? That
Definitely a bottle cap in there.
Well, there's no bottle cap. That may not have been a font he used.
No, like the ring around.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
It was probably a font that he used. A mechanic wheel. It was like a wheel. So, Mike, you pick up the anything here?
So obviously you have the Rescue 5, the FDNY. You have the September 11th date. What is that? The 13, the 13140. Was that his number?
That was his badge number.
His bag's number. You got the Call Bingy Memorial Fund. What else am I looking at?
What's the 4? I don't know. The blue point.
Are the points anything? The blue points?
No. So basically, what we decided when we made this logo, and Chris was really great. I gotta say, even though he's not a big fan of me and trolls me over Facebook and rips me all day long, he did an amazing job with this. I think there were some important factors when we branded this. This logo was made in 2004, 2005. It's HD. It's transparent. We're able to use it anywhere. The funny thing is that I wanted to incorporate Rescue 5 on the top to respect all the members that responded. Okay, and now they're in heaven. The badge number on the top, and in white, respecting Carl's number. 9/11/01 being in black, as in like negative and like deep, just a bad day. We wanted to respect the FDNY, and we wanted to put it in an FDNY, in a Maltese cross with the name of the organization kind of being prominent. So he kind of nailed it. I could actually go through my Dropbox.
And the other thing is, it almost looks, when you look at it, it looks layered, almost like it's stacking up to the Call Bingy Memorial Fund.
Yeah.
It's like these were all the points, and that's exactly what it is. The Maltese cross, respecting the Rescue 5 and FDNY.
Well, that's probably exactly what he did. He had the cross already. He filled in those little bubbles, and then they threw the Carl Beanie logo on it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
Although,
what?
The Calvi Binny actually looks like a looks like a law firm, like a stamp.
Yeah,
we wanted it to be between corporate and foundation.
I'm taking your screen down for 1 second.
Yeah, take it down. That's fine.
I'm putting and this is like, it shows it's okay. What happened? Did my computer just freeze? Or are you still?
Wow, your computer froze?
No,
I take credit for it. I swear, I diseased Mike the other day. Mike Grass the other day, and I think my computer disease is probably going to infect everyone.
You're spreading?
I'm spreading.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look beautiful.
I see nothing. So my Chrome is just, I got to the share screen, I hit share screen, and it just froze. Now, do you see the screen I shared?
It's just a loading button.
It's pinwheeling.
It's pinwheeling.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Just
the browser plugging probably froze. Come on.
Hey, let's talk about a really bad, I don't know, my family's Met fans, but when they had their inaugural season, I'll see if I can find it. They had their inaugural season patch on the side of their uniforms, and it was god awful. It was a Citi Field patch. Hold on, it's inaugural Met Citi Field patch.
Mas, I think one thing you should keep in mind when it comes to your logo is no one calls you PISP. Everyone still says Partners in Sound. So like, even if you just use the words Partners in Sound and like get rid of the PISP, so it's not immediately, I could see what the professor was saying. It makes you think of PISS, like it's PISP, it's too close. So it's just something that you don't really need because no one calls you that. Right. Just rip that out and use Partners in Sound Productions, and that's like official. And
the whole thing is, logos evolve over time, even from major corporations, right? And now they say logos back years ago were supposed to be complicated, and now logos are simplifying, right? Look at Microsoft, right? And now Microsoft a lot of times doesn't even use Microsoft in 2020. They just use their kind of the box.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now everyone in Staten Island knows who Partners in Sound is. Like, we grew up with that DJ company. That's who everyone Sweet 16 was with. Like, everyone knows. Right. So it's such an identifiable name. You don't need to use PISP. People know who Partners in Sound is now. Like, even if you got rid of Productions, Partners in Sound, that's you guys. Like, that's everyone in Staten Island knows the name.
Something that was cool. You have one. You want me?
It's a cool position to be in for a business owner, where you can just build your branding out from that point.
So maybe from our 30th anniversary, which we were supposed to have major events and major stuff go on every month, that obviously stopped to respect the social distancing. Maybe what we can do is have a contest and have people design the logo.
Submit logos, yeah.
And rather than give them an award,
we'll give them a free play.
Donate the money to a charity of their choice.
Could do that.
Well, people are going to want a little bit of something for making a logo, like.
All right.
How terrible is that, huh?
I know.
And that's. But then you could see the Yankee patch for their inaugural season.
Talk about
legit.
Hank Steinbrenner died.
Yeah, how about that? Pretty sad.
Not of corona. He said it was long-term health issues.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone who did die, who a lot of my friends were friends with in the business, was the photographer of the New York Post, Anthony.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Cauchi, Sauchi, Cauci, whatever. Yeah, that was pretty sad.
So with ML and talk MLB, and that was terrible. But talking MLB, there was also a post. You want this still up? You done? Nate?
No, I'm done. I'm sorry.
MLB is all their employees are going to go through antibody testing, or at least do you fall under that?
10,000 people. No, because again, I'm a independent contractor freelancer, so no.
So that doesn't fall under like the MLB Network and stuff.
No, it might fall under. So there's certain people at MLB Network who are considered MLB employees. They would get it. Like some people at the network are MLB employees, and they have their benefits, which is an incredible package. But not even all full-timers at MLB Network are like MLB employees. So that wouldn't fall for me, no.
Got it.
Yeah, but
I think you should do it. That would be cool to do a logo competition, Moss.
No, I think it's a great idea. I think that'd be pretty awesome. And it'd get a lot of people responding too, because again, company's been around for so freaking long. Everyone knows it. I think anyone under the sun would be submitting an idea.
Well, because they also know the recognition they get if they're a graphic designer or aspiring, and they get their branding created for you. That would be awesome. Now, you say you're a franchise, Moss, right? Which we know you have different franchise. Do you guys have a branding guide?
No. We do in the FTD, but I'm going to be honest with you. The franchising is it's been challenging. I'm not saying we're giving up on it. We're rebranding how we do franchises. So I like this conversation where we're going. I don't know how our viewership is, but
7 million.
I want to actually bring up, while we're on it with Christina. So see what she thinks of. It's boring. We won't do that. We'll do it. We'll do it offline.
The hardest thing I had with my logo, and we finally kind of fixed it, was my logo being the Techie Geek is just long, right? And now a lot of stuff requires square.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was always having issues with, and we finally kind of came up with that fix using this company. Let me see if I can find it, because they actually. Where the hell do I have that? Yeah. So now this is just to show it. It's not because I can't find quickly the piece that shows it alone. But so what we did is rather than just use Techie Geek when we do a square, we now just do the TG. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like our minimalist logo.
You know what, Mike? I'm going to be honest with you. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I lost my screen. Because I think you need to have two logos. I think you need to have the long one for landscape.
Right.
Maybe maybe it's Techie Geek this way for portrait.
But even if you look at like Facebook, right? So like when it's long, it says Facebook, and when it's a square, they just put like the FB because it's recognizable. So I guess I'm creating the recognition. So I don't use it with this guy, but just imagine that TG. So if it's in a square environment now, I just do that.
It's just the TG.
Doesn't say who you are.
Well, it does because it's coming from a page where like picture it like at the top screen on your like Windows where you're clicking your tabs, where you would see the FB. That's where it's going to say TG, like on a website like that. In a little space where they already know they're talking to us or about us in our pages. That's just where it's going to be like wherever we have to put something identifiable, it has to be in a square, 250 by 250. We got to use something like that.
Right.
You know?
I wouldn't use that in like a marketing, like presentation or an ad.
We use that so rarely, but we just need it to be available for when we do
Like
need
a
it for certain
Facebook
sites.
profile or picture. You know, at that point, you already know who I am. It says my name. You have my company. Yeah. So it's there as a secondary means of identification. We're getting no comments today either. No one's commenting.
Why?
So let's talk about format. So we do have some good guests coming up, you know, but even besides guest master, your point, let's put some more structure. And it would be better if we could almost put out, and Christina's spoken about this for 3 weeks now, and we just kind of ignore her. Todd's been talking about it since day one, and we really ignore him because he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but is a structure, like a schedule that says, hey, here's what we're going to talk about on Wednesdays or Thursdays. We could come up with different segments.
Well, here's the problem, and I'm going to be very direct since we have low viewership today. What started off here as just something to do fun has become a little bit of a job. And respectfully, you know, it's hard. I'm not the most creative person. If you say to me, let's prank call Mike McCarthy, I can pick up the phone and do that. But I need direction. You tell me what to do, and I'll get it done. And I'll never tell you no. But I'm not a starter. You see, that's one thing Massimo Dodana is not.
Really?
You know, don't start a fucking thing.
Wow, I kind of took you as someone who was a starter, you know, like
I'm a go-getter and I finish all day long. Okay, but all you have to do is motivate me a little bit. Very annoying.
Sorry. Hold on. Let me just pour my cereal here.
Just mute yourself when you're doing shit, dude. Like,
look who's talking. Who every 5 seconds we hear.
I'm not pouring cereal. My computer is a little jazzed up. That's how I like it.
I think we need to set up some standards, right? And since we only have 7 viewers, I think all guests
7 million.
I think all guests need to come in on a computer only, no iPhone guests.
Yeah.
I think
unless they're reporting from the field.
Different story. Which there's no reporting from the field. Okay. I think Mike, from an IT perspective, they need to do a broadband check from where they are prior to, and if they don't have a strong enough, you know, up and down connection, because it just, I think our viewers, you know, if it's 5 or 500, I think when it starts to see that, you know, people are getting chippy choppy, it reflects an image of the show, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Now, the one thing, and I'll stop you there for 1 second. The one thing is, though, everyone is in this same boat. So people and even newscasters on like actual like Fox 5 and different things are having these type of issues because we're all in the same boat. So people are a little more forgiving, but I get it. It's much better when you have someone that's crisp and clear than yesterday. Mike Graziuso on the Gotham show. Were you still on when he sounded like a robot for a little while, where he was talking? It was terrible. His earbuds were dying. So it was like it was crazy. And then he had to figure it out. But people are more forgiving now because of the time. I get it.
But Mike, here's the thing: they're more forgiving to a normal stance. But if we have an IT issue on the show, Techie Geek's an idiot. He don't know what he's doing.
I don't do any IT on this show. So.
No, I get it. You know, if we play a sound clip or I'm talking about entertainment and you tell me to do something involving my field, that kid's not a real, a trusted source.
Yeah, it's definitely a reflection on your business, for sure.
It's a reflection of who we are. And I get it. We're just a bunch of idiots doing this for fun to pass the time, right? And we're having a lot of fun. But, unfortunately, when you live on Staten Island, not in Staten Island, anywhere else in the world, people will be like, whatever. It's a bunch of guys just having fun. On Staten Island, our competitors may turn around and say, look at these guys. They have a show and they don't sound good, or there's too many cutting away, or they have IT issues. And instead of people saying, hey, they're just having fun, they'll be like, Techie Geek Partners in Sound and Gotham Trinity, are 3 idiots that don't know what they're doing. When it's just passing the time.
No, and I get it. And then here, and I get what you're saying. And I especially when it comes to camera cuts, production company watching this stuff's cut, Todd cutting around, I could see where they get sick. No, I'm just kidding, Todd. But
he's always coming. I'm being serious for the first time ever. Why?
Well, no, you're always serious because you always say, "I just want to be serious for a second." You say that at least 45 times in the 45 times that you speak. Hold on, guys. I just want to be serious for a second. Hold on.
Hold on. I just want to be serious for 1 second, guys, please.
Go ahead. Be serious for 1 second. Go ahead, Mike.
I get what you're saying, and I understand that competition might say this about you. And guess what? I don't care what they have to say because first off, when and look, I own a business. What do? You look at your competition, Facebook, social media presence, right? You want to see what they're doing. Most of them aren't even posting during this. Most of them aren't stepping up their game. So yeah, it's very easy for them to come at me because I'm putting myself out and putting my team
what are you doing?
And going out of my comfort zone. This isn't my comfort zone. I'm an IT guy. I'm supposed to be in at a computer going, oh yeah, let's do this. Oh, what do you need? Oh, I don't want to talk to you. I'm going out of my comfort zone and doing this. So if you want to judge me for doing that, that's great. And if you're judging me for doing that, it's because you don't have the balls to do it yourself.
Wow. Big talk. Big talk.
100% right.
Talking about competition last night on Gotham After Dark before I came on a little bit, how you reached out to your competition to offer help, see how they're doing. I did the same thing. Like 2 weeks ago, I emailed my competitors because most of them are smaller than me. And I wrote, I just hope your family's well. I want you to know if you run into any issues with tech-wise or staffing, I'm here to help you. I'll cover whatever you need remotely, and I'll sign any non-competes with you, so you don't have to worry I'm going to steal your clients. But if you get into any issues during the COVID, I'm here to have your back. Because I don't want to lose my competition to a virus. I want to lose my competition because I take them out.
Yeah.
At this point, we're all in the same level field, right? Yeah. We're all playing, and I want to help them. The guys who answered me, you have my respect. To the competitors that ignored me and don't even write back, hey, Mike, thanks. I hope you're okay. I'm going to come for you. Like, I'm going to eventually get you out. Like,
yeah.
We're like, and that's the whole thing. And the thing I hate with Staten Island is, I'm on a number of IT committees. I'm on a number of peer groups. I enjoy meeting and working with my other competitors and learning from it. And the Staten Island, especially in the IT, no one wants to work together. Like, I would love to have a Staten Island IT, like almost like the architects do, the accountants do, where you get together, you talk trends, you talk how to do things, and that's good for a lot of things because we all want to be on the same page, right? We want to be what?
100%.
And no one wants to do it. I've thrown the idea out, and no one wants to do it.
Mike, I'm going to tell you why. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what the problem is. On Staten Island, and we're on Staten Island. We don't live in Staten Island. This is the only place in the world that everybody is so worried about, beating the next guy that it's messed up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about number one. I got an email just now that I'm totally blown away that Echo, an amazing NFP, Emergency Children's Help Organization, has canceled their golf outing, which was scheduled for June 1st. I'm surprised that they're not postponing. And I'm just reading the email, but I'm totally.
They're not even saying they're going to postpone it.
Well, probably because I think it was maybe getting the date, and I understand because my golf outing is scheduled for June 22nd.
Right.
And so I ask, I look at my biggest donors, and most of them are, sitting home. So I get it. Hats off to Echo for doing that. That's definitely, definitely swaying me because I was holding off for June 22nd, but probably moving to October 8th. Right. But there is a Facebook page on Staten Island that you guys can't see. And it is, I'm not even going to say the name of it, but it's a special event professionals group that is a closed group. And last night, somebody wrote that a catering hall closed.
Like permanently?
Permanently. And the truth of the matter is the catering hall did not close. They are not doing any events until early fall because they're feeding all the first responders in their area. But the fact that somebody would write something like that versus, and it's a competitor and it's a friendly competitor of mine, I'm surprised he didn't pick up the phone and call the venue and say, hey, I heard this, or B, call us because we're the house DJs there. We would have been able to identify it immediately because you might not be able to get, so now I look and there's, probably a dozen comments from vendors, people, not brides and grooms and stuff like that. And it's just, and my partner that was just here actually responded in the group saying, hey, here's the article they're feeding first responders. Facebook is an amazing thing. Someone else wrote yesterday that, Forsey wrote that the coronavirus, a return to some normalcy amid coronavirus outbreak could be June, July. And, now this is putting more panic into people in what I do for a living. So it just sucks because at the end of the day, okay, it's not true. And, I read a lot of these articles and a lot of these posts that my competition and some people in my industry have wrote. And the bottom line is that, what is everyone going to do for a second source of income now? My staff is home getting paid on W-2. So, I think at the end, what's going to happen is I think a lot of people are going to, what's so funny?
It's not you. Todd's messaging me.
I just think a lot of people are confused the way they do. And I wish that we can uniform. All right, I'm a dick. I'm stopping to talk.
No.
It
has nothing to do with you. We're not going to discuss it on the air. It has nothing to do with you. We will bring you in the loop when we go off the air.
Let's talk about who. Rumor has it people have received the stimulus checks.
So I know in my staff, one of my employees, he did get his but there's a number, not all of them did. They said it's not everyone got it. It's doing in waves.
I don't want to disclose, but I received.
Did you?
But I don't know how they came up with this. The number is oddballish.
So, okay. So the way it works is if you make up I think it was $75,000, you get $1,200 for you, $1,200 for your spouse, and $500 per kid. I think it's every 5,000 after 75,000, they take a percentage off. And once you hit 100,000 a year, I think you don't get anything. It was something like that.
So this number makes no sense. I have 2 children, obviously $500 each.
Yep.
Okay. And it's a few dollars over that, not much. I don't think it's correct to disclose my finances on the air.
We can.
Yeah, right, no. But obviously my wife was a Board of Ed teacher for over 12 years, so it's public information what she makes. What I make is no one's business. But the number is weird. It's really a weird number.
Yeah. Someone on like an IT group posted that he got his. If couples make less than 150, it's 75,000 per. Yeah. Like husband wife.
I want to ask my aunt a question.
Ask
her. Is this stimulus package going to be added to my inheritance?
Are you getting the inheritance?
So we should talk about my inheritance.
We don't want to disclose financials.
No, we're not going to talk about money. We're going to talk about
my estate and trust.
We're going to talk about coming from an old school Italian family. Every time my parents go to Italy, my mother calls me. You need to come by the house. And I said, you know what? We should save this for midday with Moss.
Okay.
This is a good story.
There you go. That a boy.
Someone on an IT forum posted like he got his stimulus check and put a screenshot with everything, like with his total in the bank account. I'm like, people are so dumb. Like, why are you sharing?
But did you see the funny thing that was going around too?
Yeah.
With the one with the porn red tube and
yeah.
That was funny. I want to piggyback on Mike. I'm surprised to hear no one wants to do an alliance or anything from an IT perspective. Because like you said, there's like architects. There's a couple of them, right? What are the ones that are out there that's like an allegiance or an alliance of like-minded people or same business people.
On Staten Island?
Yeah.
Well, you have like the AIA, which is
Yes.
the Architect Association.
We did work for them.
You have the accountants, and there's like the New York State of like CPAs.
Yes.
And I think there's two accountant groups on Staten Island. One is like a New York one is like a Staten Island based one.
Right.
There's a lot of
even I know what my dad, when he's retired now, but like even all lawyers would get together and just like shoot the breeze on like my dad was corporate law, so like all like the corporate lawyers would get together, and then he had another body of lawyers get together and talk about stuff. So from a production aspect, that's something we really wanted to do, and we actually had a name for it called the Gotham Trinity Initiative, based off the Avengers Initiative, that would combine, and this is part of the new SI-76, the new TV network, would be get everyone together in a room, figure out what every high school has and every college has, and start them at the middle school level. Everyone can be creative. Everyone can create content. Everyone has a phone and has YouTube and whatnot, and get everyone on the same page and generate content that can be used for on-air stuff and have different types of shows, whether it's a tech show or whatnot. So I think a creative alliance might be a little bit more, because there's a bunch of them.
The only thing I would say with that, and it sounds like you would want to have other production companies and everything be part of it. Sure,
like what is it? Turn two? Not turn two.
Well, whatever it be. But the only thing like on that where I would say that it's a great idea, and I agree, but I would pull your name out of it, because a competitor might not want to join Gotham Trinity Alliance because they're going to say they're aligned with Gotham Trinity Production. So if you're trying to make it collaborative, you would not want your name. And even though you came up with it.
So maybe like the Staten Island Film Initiative. I want initiative just for the Avengers.
I would just lose the Gotham train, because like if I could see where a competitor would be like, oh, why would I want to join your group if it's named after you?
Fair. So maybe like a Staten Island initiative.
But the concept is great, and every industry should do it. Like an IT industry, the problem is when there's guys who don't really do what's right in IT, bad name for every IT guy out there, right? If your IT provider gets you hacked, that puts a bad taste in your mouth for IT providers. So by collaborating, you're able to share ideas. I don't want my competitors out there to not use or do stuff wrong, because I don't want them to go out and create a bad name for everybody else. And that's part of the alliances, is you learn together, you collaborate, you share ideas. You're able to get buying power, right? If you have more people that are trying, and you try to help one another. And I'm in a number of IT committees. I'm in a number of IT associations. I go to meetings constantly, peer groups. None of my competitors are in any of these. I never see them at any events, no training events. And it's disheartening for me. Because I want them to be there. I want you to be collaborative. I want to feel like you're doing the right thing by your clients, and because they're not put a bad taste. And it's just, I don't understand why they don't. Maybe they don't have the time, or they just don't appreciate it enough. I don't know.
It's like the Richmond Valley Merchant Association. I know I ran 37 videos for them, but when you go to each business, they're competing Italian restaurants, and they're like, oh yeah, I love that guy. I see him at the meetings all the time. Yeah, he's good. We help each other out. Like, hello, they're like around the block, I mean, but they're all part of the same association. And that's a great point, Mike, is if you put everyone together, then you get to do great things in like the area specifically. And that's how the bids work and the Merchant Association works. But that's great. But who benefits? All of us, everyone who lives in the community, everyone who patronizes your business. Now, everyone's benefiting because the two of you are talking to each other and say, hey, we should do this. Hey, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Let's make it happen. I'm totally with you on that.
Right. What is the number one industry in town? I would say our biggest industry is restaurants. Right, Mas? Would you agree?
I'm sorry?
Maria asked, what is the number one industry in Staten Island? Restaurants, right? Is probably the biggest.
Well, the biggest employer is the hospital, followed by the Nicotians.
Right. But that's like the hospital has, 7,000 employees. If you look at all the restaurants, they are bigger than 7,000 employees, right?
Yeah, we probably have per capita the most Italian/pizzerias. I just got some news I'm reading that was pretty interesting, that again, not to talk Corona talk, but John Scalia has had 200 funerals since March 1st. And with millions of New Yorkers out of work, paying for funerals for loved ones could be impossible right now. For this reason, Scalia is offering to bury unclaimed coronavirus victims who have no known loved ones, and he will also assume the cost for the families without the ability to pay, he said.
Yes.
So John Scalia is the owner of Scalia Funeral Homes. Cecilia is his daughter, Kevin Moran, his two beautiful daughters, their son-in-laws. They also own the Old Bermuda Inn. Very, very, very charitable man.
He owns I didn't realize he owns the Old Bermuda Inn.
Mr. Scalia owns the Old Bermuda Inn and has never, ever, ever taken a paycheck from the Old Bermuda Inn. Actually, I'm lying. On his 75th birthday, I gave $1 out at a restaurant and gave it to him and said, "You finally made your first buck." But he's totally just reinvested every dollar into the space. But hats off to the Scalias and the Morans. They own a couple of funeral homes. They've hosted 40 wakes. I'm sorry. Hard for Cedar. John Vincent Scalia has hosted 40 wakes, which is usually the amount handled per month on an average, he said. And Scalia said he's handled more than 200 funerals since. So we're willing to pay for people that can't afford it. Just shows, again, a true philanthropist. Mr. Scalia handled my sister's arrangements, which was a very difficult time for my family, and handled both my grandparents, and then held my grandmother and grandfather for 4 to 6 weeks because they wanted to be buried in Italy, which is a pain in the ass. And then took the bodies to the airport, put them on the planes with dignity, and shipped them off to Italy, where my family, my aunt and my brother and everyone went for the funerals except for me. So hats off to the Scalia family for really stepping up in a time of need. Because let's face it, final cost, I have no idea what that would be, but that's definitely something worth talking about. And also, I want to share my screen right now. Rap's going to be pissed off, but whatever. I think it's important that we talk about this.
I love how he introduces himself as Anthony Rapp.
So
on his show, COVID Talks, Positive Talks at Uncertain Times. My name's Anthony Rapp. I'm your host. Like, what?
So Carl Beanie.
Yeah, same as Rappachulo, bro.
Hold on. Carl Beanie partnered up with On Your Mark, and this is something that's going to be breaking news shortly. There's our donation, $5,000. Then we raised $11,335. We are looking to support 20 businesses, restaurants, and we're going to give them, they're going to basically provide us with gift cards. This is Country Donuts. This is one of them that we selected. And we're going to ask the businesses to give us $1,100 and $25 business gift cards. And they're going to give them out to the people that are helping in the homes. So they can order food while they're working, support a local business. So we're just about 8,000 and change left. So our goal is 20,000. The Carl Beanie Fund, there I am right there, pledged. I tried to change it to Carl Beanie Fund, but I don't know. Maybe Techie, you can figure it out.
Why? Where? Oh, that.
Don't you just
once you dig it,
once you enter your name, don't you just enter your first and
I
last
tried
name?
Carl Beanie Fund. Every time I entered, it went to Massimo Dodana.
Really?
So yeah, I don't know. So that is Carl Beanie. That is not Massimo Dodana. The Beanie Fund pledged $5,000 to jump into this initiative to try to reach our goal of $20,000. So what we need to do is raise $20,000, and we're going to support 20 restaurants, pizzerias, delis, whatever. Give out $25 gift cards to people so they can order. So we're going to immediately go in, give that restaurant $1,000, and then they're going to turn around and give us $1,100 of gift cards. So they're going to throw in $100 in it, and at that point, we'll be able to truly support 20 businesses. Now, you might say, why are non-for-profits supporting local businesses? Let me explain something to you.
I gotta say though, by the way, that wasn't real time because as we did this, I donated and it didn't go through.
Okay, hold on.
I was like waiting for it to pop up, and I was like, "That's not real time."
Share my screen. Hold on, let me refresh.
It does. That's weird. It's not. It must not be real time. I hope I donated to the right fund. Yeah, it must not show in real time. I just shared it. I just put the link here in the bottom of the page as well.
So it says it's not real time. It says like minutes, days next to it. 1 day, 1 week, whatever.
Oh yeah, but I thought you thought it would as you add it would boom, showed up.
Alyssa Ramirez and Teresa who?
Teresa Cicerelli.
Sounds Italian.
Yes,
So, On Your Mark is a great organization.
Cicerelli, not Cicerelli, Cirelli.
So, I mean, again, why is it important for non-for-profits to support business owners? So I think I would almost want to turn around, and I guess I should at this point. Let me see if I have it on my desktop. Oh my God, Beanie Bash. No. So I don't have it readily available. I probably deleted that. But with the Beanie Bash, and I'm going to give a little plug here. I think
Freaking dog.
Is that yours?
Not mine. Well, mine's in the cage right now. He started chewing on shit. He's in deep shit right now.
I don't. That's so mean.
Too bad.
I hope he locks you in the cage one day. He barely is taller than the dog gate. Watch when he comes back.
You're a dick.
Don't worry, I couldn't fit through the dog gate. I'm too wide, so it's okay. Oh, hey, I have to turn sideways. Hi.
when you look at, and I'm just going to share my screen again.
He's donating as well. That's why he went to go get his wallet.
Oh, thank you. So when you go, it's so important. Sorry, it's so important that these are local businesses. Rogers Surveying, JV and Restoration. These are guys that always donate to our organization, and I think it's important that they are. That was our cocktail sponsors, but I'm just going to shoot here and try to find.
How many board members do you have?
We're about 30.
And how much does he? And is there for your board? Is there a minimum you have to bring in?
No, but when you look at like small business, NFP, college, small business. That was Rizzo, Greg Greaves, and these are small businesses that are always there for local non-for-profits. So what better way to give back to local businesses than to support them when we hear, like, if you look at I don't know if this is I'm trying to look for the sheet. I normally I'm pretty good at it.
Look how many friends he has. He has nearly 5,000 friends. He truly is a big deal.
There's the food trailer. That's the Beanie Golf outing, by the way.
Oh, really? I thought this was the bowling tournament.
But look at all these hold signs. All these people donated $250 to our organization. So why not try to stimulate Barry's? There's probably a techie geek somewhere. Scalia.
Sure, there is. No, usually on most golf outings, I always pay for a T sign, and then my T sign never shows up or has the wrong logo. I love that.
What do you mean never shows up?
Not your outing.
Explain this to me, because
there's many outings where I've paid for the T sign, and then I get there and I'm like,
oh, okay.
The T sign. Oh my God, we forgot. I don't know what happened. That's happened a couple where people use, like, I hate when people don't take my logo from me. So they go on Google and type Technique and grab my old logo.
Wow.
You can't control what's on Google. Even like Anthony, when he first broadcasted me on COVID Talks, was the wrong logo. And then
is notorious for that. It drives me fucking crazy. Excuse me. It really, really, really aggravates me. I actually work so hard, so hard to make sure that, and I'll even go to it. It's crazy what we do. Every logo that we get, I'm actually in my Dropbox, and you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going to actually go live, and this is probably wrong to do this from Beanie Bash logos. Let's see.
Hey, happy birthday to my mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I love my mommy.
Are you doing a parade for her?
No.
No. Will you? So I had 2 birthdays yesterday. My dad's birthday was yesterday, and my Nicole's brother. So we did 2 Zoom calls, like when we did the birthday cake, and that's fun.
Yeah.
Except my dad wants to get off. Like we did happy birthday. He's like, all right, great, thanks guys, bye. I'm like, jeez.
My dad would do the same thing.
Yeah.
He was just like, you could tell he's like, oh, it's too hard. There's too many people. People are talking over each other. I'm done.
You definitely need patience to be on a Zoom meeting if you've never been on one before.
Yeah,
true.
We should have added that to our tips. Have patience, please.
So they made at work, they made my wife do Microsoft team meeting or whatever it is.
Okay. Like,
I was with her. We did a fake call. Not nearly as nice. I don't know if.
No. So look, Zoom is definitely a better than Teams when it comes to like video collaboration. Multiple. I'm not a huge fan of Teams. It's just sad. Zoom had their issues, and people started running for the hills. And I don't get it. You run the Microsoft. I love Microsoft. They have security issues constantly. They fix. It happens. This is the world of technology. As long as a company takes it serious and fixes it. Well, and now there's a whole article how 500 million people Zoom's accounts passwords are for sale on the dark web. But they make it look like it's Zoom's fault. It's not Zoom's fault. It's basically, if you read the article, it says 500 million people who share the same password, whose password was hacked somewhere else. There's computer programs that try to log on. So they took the password and tried to log on to Zoom. If you use the same password, it gets a hit. So it's not Zoom's fault. It wasn't Zoom was hacked. You fell for a fish, used the same password, and now it's being sold.
Right.
It look like it's Zoom's fault. What were you saying, Mas?
So I want to show you something, share my screen. So we talk about the difference between us and everyone else.
Right. There you go.
So we take every logo, possible, and we try to make it transparent. Aflac, we were not able to. Acco's, we actually recreated. Apollina's, they gave us. This is transparent. We made Croupies a transparent. If you look at our content, we really work hard to make sure that, here's a perfect example, like Catholic Charities. They should have a landscape logo for my situation.
Right.
That's a Rapachulo logo. He should know better. Danino's didn't give me a logo, and it was so bad that this is what we do. Like, I will not put terrible logos up there.
Empire Outlets. How are they doing?
They're technically closed. Like Giovanni's, Mint.
I know, but
Greco Industries, Mint, Grado,
Hugh Hefner?
What?
Hugh Hefner? Kidding.
Investors Bank, Island Charter. He was, he's a great friend. He's very charitable to us. We had to remake the IC because it wasn't good.
You stretched JVN.
What?
That looks stretched.
No, that's how it is.
That's
Really?
how it is. I mean, there's certain stuff.
Merge. Nocotra's nice. Mr. Chow?
I don't know if Techie Geek was in here.
When was the mini bash? I did. I was I was on the big board you had. So
But this was 2019, Mike. You probably
this year, yeah.
Special
this year was 2020. But there he is. I mean, look at my logo. Look how crisp it is compared to, some of the other ones.
Love it. Oh my God. My upload speed is 3.61.
That's good. Well, you're also in the doing a live stream. You don't want to test while you're doing stuff. So, Mas, we put in last week, right? We put in the email filtering on your account.
Yeah.
So I just pulled the report this week. In the past, last 7 days, 18% of your email has automatically been killed out of your inbox for spam, and we got rid of 4% of attacks. You see? So nearly 22% email. So 1 out of 5 emails don't even make your mailbox. Nice. Their attacks or spam.
What if it's some of the web girls I've been supporting?
Cam girls.
You have to just go in, click into your notification for the day, and allow them, and then it'll come through.
Where do I? You know what? I don't see that.
You'll get a every couple of hours.
I don't see that email. I don't think I get it.
Well, you only get it if you have something that's in the quarantine. It doesn't send if there's nothing in the quarantine.
I'm pretty good with my email. If I
What do you mean, not the quarantine?
What it is a quarantine. We'll come up with a new name for it. It's quarantined with you, Mus.
I'm like afraid to move. I feel like I'm gonna like ruin the speaker if I like stretch right now.
Well, we're ending the show, so we should go off. We should go off air at some point and talk about some more format. Get some feedback, and let's make this and get people to be excited.
Oh, sure.
I totally agree. I think it's to end the show, right?
All right, we're going to end this show. We'll see you at midday with Moss. We have special guest Irene Amato, ASAP Mortgage. Hopefully she'll make it on this one. And we will see you this afternoon.